Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Papa John's asking for what upon delivery? So recently I got a message from a subscriber, Tim Parton. Thank you so much for emailing me about this and making this video possible. And what he is describing to me seems like the next level of order security that these restaurants are trying out, especially with direct orders. And Tim is asking me a little bit more on my perspective on the subject. So in this video, we are talking about everything that Tim Parton is describing in this conversation with me. What he's saying, what the restaurant is saying versus how it actually is, and everything in between. And with that said, let's get started. Hi Joe, 57-year-old spare time gig worker here. Can I message you on a subject that I haven't seen you cover yet? Thanks for your videos. Hey Tim, absolutely. What's up? So I had a DD delivery for 4 pizzas and 2 or 3 orders of wings. When I got to the customer, the app wanted a picture of the customer holding the food, and then their signature with printed name in that order. So signature with printed name isn't too outlandish for DoorDash, especially with white label deliveries, meaning the customer ordered through Papa John's and DD got the delivery as opposed to them ordering directly with DoorDash. But asking the customer holding the food, that's a little bit weird. I know that Uber Eats also kind of forces you to take a picture in some orders, like they won't give you the option to skip. So that's a thing in itself, but either way. The app said it was for the business Papa John's. I've delivered dozens of Papa John's before this and several after this without ever having this weird request, and the store later said that they never got pictures of the customers. So yeah, this just seems like the next iteration of Papa John's security for the orders. So if a customer is ordering directly through Papa John's, they're going to ask you to take pictures of the customer. They're gonna have you take a picture regardless of if they actually made it a leave at the door or meet at the door. It's for security. Is it a little bit much? I guess it depends on your perspective. Hey Tim, first and foremost, is it okay to make a video about this? Absolutely, make a video. I'm hoping your followers may have some similar situations. Hey, feel free to comment any of those similar situations, and if you also want to email me about something happening in your market, my email is drivenwyld@gmail.com. Feel free to email me there. And who knows, maybe you'll be shouted out in a video as well, or asked to be anonymous so that way you can remain anonymous. Second, I know some companies are getting a bit anal about making sure every delivery has a photo, especially when DD is acting as a white label. Also, if you eat about it too. I had a very short period of time when DD wanted a picture of the receipt before I left the store every order. Thankfully, that seems to have gone away. To be honest with you, that's a little surprising. I know that Grubhub and Instacart, both for their shopping orders, you need the receipt just to move on with the order. I'm surprised you don't have to take a picture of the receipt in your area. So that's news to me. Third, the whole customer holding the food in the photo seems like their next security measure for deliveries. It isn't all that uncommon that restaurants tries to find even more ways to make sure orders don't get stolen, but this seems a bit over the top even for them. It was a hassle for the customer as well as for me, mostly because of the requirement to do them in order. Picture of the customer holding the food, signature, typed out name. That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot more than normal. Like, I've seen signature, and yes, you can argue that you could squiggle a line, but usually if that is a bit much. I know that GoPuff orders that get sent to Uber Eats are actually pretty close to that as well, where you gotta take a picture of the order in the kitchen or take a picture of the order with the customer, then scan the ID, then have them sign for it, and blah, blah, blah. That's a lot. That is a lot more than normal. I know that with signature, if you type out the name on the top and then sign it, that's kind of just one full step. Honestly, I think Papa John's, especially because of the customer base they cultivated, they're kind of concerned about it. And they need proof that it's the customer, not the driver, because they could always just blame the driver, who ends up getting the blame most of the time anyway. And also keep this in mind too. This is just as much for your protection as much as it is for yours. Yes, it's tedious. Yes, it's annoying. But if you could prove that the customer received their order, they're probably going to report it, and no, they're probably not going to look at the picture, but you did everything you could. So it is best for you to protect yourself in that way. And the only other thing I would say is diversify your gig portfolio. Just make sure that you're not super dependent on DoorDash as an extra source of income. Sign up for Uber Eats, sign up Grubhub if it's in your area. And also, if you deal with Papa John's orders like that and you still have that issue, just don't be surprised. It is relatively normal as a whole. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.